Hey y'all, it's Diamond and
Hey, it's Corry.
we have a guest with us.
Oh no.
And today we're going to be viewing Candace Owens video where she's talking about the topic. There's almost always what's it say? Oh, there's always more to the story. There's always more to the story. So let's see what she's talking about.
Right.
Oh, and don't forget to follow, like, and subscribe.
You know that I often follow this Dear Jane column, and sometimes the stories that people write, or rather the questions that people write to Jane, are interesting enough for me to want to share, because I want to see your perspective on what is going on in other people's households, I guess. This one wrote, Dear Jane, I am the mother of two amazing children and have always done everything in my power to ensure that they are healthy, happy, and set up to achieve incredible success in their lives. For my 10-year-old, the system has worked perfectly. He speaks Chinese thanks to a tutor after schools. He plays instruments, he's active, and he loves sports, and he's performing really well at school. But my 6-year-old daughter has always found it harder to reach the high standards that we have set for both of our kids. She struggles in school. She doesn't show any interest in the extracurricular activities that we sign her up for. And now she has started to binge eat. I don't want to deny a child who needs food, but my daughter has been sneaking candy when she thinks that we aren't looking. And at dinner, she shovels food into her mouth without any control. The housekeeper told me yesterday that she always finds food wrappers under her bed, and it's always junk food. These unhealthy eating habits have caused her to gain a lot of weight. Anytime we try and restrict her or put her on a diet, she screams, cries, and throws huge tantrums. She looks unhealthy, and I've noticed that other people are starting to throw judgmental stares our way when we're out in public. I've been doing some research and came across a treatment facility for young children who are struggling with food and impulse control. It's basically like a summer camp, but they teach nutrition and portion restriction. And I think it might help her to be around other kids who have similar issues to her. But when I told my husband, he went nuts, telling me that it was cruel to even think about sending our daughter to fat camp and that it would damage her permanently. He said I was obsessed with having the perfect daughter and that it's shallow of me to be so focused on her looks. I am so hurt by his accusations. I am focused on nothing but my daughter's health and happiness. And although her health may have an impact on the way she looks, that is not the reason behind my wanting to send her to this camp. I only have my daughter's best interests at heart and don't know what I can do to make my husband realize that. It feels like he's trying to turn a blind eye to what is very clearly a major issue. So how do I open his eyes? From a mother's love. Now, the Jane of this column wrote back and basically said that your husband is right on this issue, tells her that I think that you're approaching your children like you might be approaching your work, and that it's not the right thing for you to be worrying about your daughter's weight and your food issues. Stop worrying that she won't achieve what you want for her in life if she's not a perfect size. Stop putting pressure on both your children to be the best, the thinnest, and the prettiest, blah, blah, blah. You get the gist of it. Interesting, very interesting. Because first and foremost, what I want to say to this is like, it is, of course, important for parents to pay attention to their children's nutrition. And I think it's important to recognize that, you know, having some concerns about whether or not your daughter is binging does not make you a monster per se. But I think what's missing here is recognizing that a huge cause for why her daughter might be binge eating is because of the way that her mother makes her feel, right? Comparing her to another child when every child is different, every child has different interests. And it is, for me, something that I was able to see. I think I've shared with you guys, I nannied for many years. And I was able to see these sorts of parents who put tons of pressure on their children and how that manifests as an eating disorder. I've seen 6-year-olds with anorexia who didn't eat because they were so stressed about their parents. And then I've seen 8-year-olds that I used to watch who would binge eat because of the way that their parents made her feel about not understanding mathematical equations. So rather than sending this person to fat camp, you probably have to understand where that sort of binge eating is coming from at such a young age. When you see young kids that have eating disorders, it's not a normal thing for them to go through. They don't need fat camp. It's probably something that is in their immediate environment that is impacting that. And in this circumstance, I'm going to bet that it's going to be feeling like you can't live up to who your brother is. But that doesn't mean that a parent should be completely not engaged and say that it was totally fine for you to binge eat. Here's the other thing, champ. Whatever she's eating in the house you bought, I'm going to assume this young 6-year-old does not have a job. She's not supplying the snacks. So whatever it is that she's eating, if you're saying you're finding junk food under her bed, how is the junk food getting into the house? It's probably getting into the house because you put it there. So you can also just encourage them to buy healthy snacks, encourage them to get, healthier. Maybe spend some one-on-one time with your daughter doing physical activities, figuring out what it is that she likes that is a physical activity, and not having her think of it as an exercise or a workout or speaking to a therapist. I mean, really just being a mom that's emotionally there for your child and trying to understand what she's going through. That's inspiring this. I'm always very super sensitive about kids and realizing the different environments that they live in and how impacted they are by their parents, and their parents not realizing that it's a tough world for kids to grow up in. I don't fault this mother, as I said, for trying to come up with a solution. But the solution should be more mom, not sending your kid off to a fat camp because you don't want to address the underlying issues that you may be causing within your own household. All right, if you like this video, you are going to like the full episode even better. You can find it by clicking right here.
So, yeah, that one was pretty interesting.
Telling you, she.
Because I don't know. I mean, I've heard of fat camp, but I kind of felt like I thought it was like. Yeah, like, I don't think I thought that was a real like thing, and then for like a mom to just kind of like they're 6 years old, I guess.
Pretty good.
Right. Like, should she not be eating?
I mean,
you rather her not eat?
Not in a constant basis like that. It's the way they're portraying it. As far as that she has a problem.
Right. And the fact that it's junk food, right?
Right.
But like, I don't know. I mean, kids will be kids. I mean, I don't know. Right. Mm-hmm. I've seen kids who, like, were like, who couldn't get sweets and all that good jazz. And once they got around other kids who could, or other people who would give them the sweets, it was like, oh yeah. Mm-hmm. So like I kind of get the fact that like once the girl was like able to get something that she really liked, that she would probably scarf it down, mm-hmm. Or because she knew that her parents didn't like her having it, she would be like trying to eat it fast and like hide in the wrappers. I get that. I mean, kids do that. Like I said, kids are kids. Mm-hmm. But just to hear that a parent is just like trying to force fat camp, and it's a 6-year-old.
Right.
I could see if it was like a 16-year-old, and even then, it still would be like, dang, like why you body shaming me, mom or dad, But hey, that's my opinion. You guys got any opinions on it?
No, I think it's just I don't know. So I don't know. She's like a concept of consistent eating, as far as she don't eat nothing else. Like, it's just junk food. It's like it's getting so, overly obsessive that you gotta send her to camp. It's like you can't do what you can do as a parent as far as slowing that down.
Right. Right.
The all end result is the camp. And at that age, so that's my opinion.
Yeah, I just feel like the mom was projecting, maybe she was fat when she was little, growing up, or she was one of the mean girls, or with the mean girls, and she just don't want her to be bullied at school, but projecting on the daughter. She was 6. Just grow out of whatever it is, or at a later date you can address it, but at 6, stop putting that shit in there.
Right.
There it is.
Yeah. There it is. So thanks for tuning in with us and watching our reaction to the stream. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to our channel. It's new. Follow, share, and all of the above. Oh, and comment below your opinion on what you just watched, you know, because you watched it with us. So how do you feel about this? Would you do this for your kids if you felt like at 5, 6, 7, they were, you know, becoming obese and, you know, not that the doctor told you to do these things, but that you just wanted to do them? How, you know, tell us below. Till next time. Bye.
Peace, man.